Hey ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, you're watching CHM Tech, and today we're going to talk about the curious case of the YouTube comment dislike button. Okay, so the current YouTube rating system for videos is pretty simple. Beneath the video player, you have your like and dislike buttons, which are accompanied by counters. When you click on one of those buttons, it gets highlighted, its respective counter increases by a value of 1, and the bar beneath gets updated to show the current like to dislike ratio. From a viewer perspective, both buttons exhibit the same behavior. Now, as you know, there's also a rating system for viewer comments, which works similarly, but not quite the same. Just like videos, comments can also be rated with a like or dislike, but in this case, the two buttons do not exhibit the same behavior. The comment like button basically works just like the video like button. You click on it, it gets highlighted, and its counter increases by a value of 1. However, when you click the dislike button, it gets highlighted, and that's pretty much it. There's no dislike counter, so there's no way of knowing how many people disliked, and it doesn't even decrease the number on the like counter. From a user perspective, it practically does nothing. So, what's the deal? Now, the jolly good folks over at YouTube never really gave a definitive explanation regarding this matter, not even that one time I asked them myself. But based on everything I was able to learn over the whole year I've been postponing this video, here's what I'm able to conclude. The reason why the YouTube comment dislike button behaves the way it does can be summed up in 2 words, and those 2 words are Google+. 2013 marked the year that Google began aggressively integrating Google+ into the YouTube video sharing platform. At the height of this integration, YouTube users were required to have a Google+ account in order to leave comments on videos. Furthermore, comments that were made on YouTube were visible on Google+ and vice versa. The whole thing was met by massive criticism from the community, but for the time being, people just had to deal with it. Now, the rating system on Google+ included a single 1+ button and a counter. Whenever someone would click on that button, the counter would increase by an increment of 1, and that's it. There was no 1- or 1 down button, so the only way of expressing any sort of disapproval was to write a comment. On the other hand, prior to the Google+ integration, the YouTube comment rating system featured a dislike button that affected the visible counter in real time. However, that was soon about to change. Even though it kept its familiar interface, which included both a like and dislike button, in the midst of the infamous integration, the YouTube comment rating system was modified to work similarly to G+ ratings. As a result, users could continue using both those buttons, but only the like button would have an effect on the counter. Not only that, the comment like button and 1+ button were quite literally connected in the back end, so a 1+ on Google+ would equate to 1 like on YouTube, and vice versa. Things stayed pretty much the same until the summer of 2015 when YouTube announced that users would no longer be required to have a Google+ account in order to engage in activities on the platform. But even though the tie between YouTube and Google+ comments was severed, the YouTube comment dislike button continued to work the same way. And due to the lack of an official explanation, we can only speculate why this is so. Some have speculated that the scars of the Google+ integration were just too deep, making it nearly impossible to go back to the old system without causing major platform instabilities. Others are of the opinion that YouTube purposely limited the functionality of the comment dislike button because dislikes have the potential of discouraging viewer engagement, which can also be bad for business, I guess. Whatever the case may be, one question stands out. Does YouTube at least keep track of comment dislikes internally, or is this button quite literally a placebo? And the answer is apparently the former. In the official blog post of July 27th, 2015, YouTube reported the following. We've improved the ranking system that reduces the visibility of junk comments. It's working. The rate of dislikes on comments has dropped by more than 35% across YouTube. Now, as absurd as it might seem to credit the drop in comment dislikes to their own spam filtering system, while not considering the possibility that people are disliking less because they just feel it's pointless, this statement does answer the previous question. If they know how much the rate of comment dislikes has gone down, then they're obviously counting. Now, you've probably noticed that I've been referring to Google+ in the past tense throughout the whole video. That's not only because Google+ has been a shadow of a social network for quite some time now, but because in just a few days after this video goes live, Google+ is scheduled for shutdown. In other news, YouTube is apparently also considering the option of removing dislikes from videos altogether. They say it's one of the routes they might take in their battle against dislike mobs, but I've got a funny feeling that they're just desperately looking for a way to avoid another rewind fiasco. What happens next? I don't know, you tell me. By the time you're watching this, you just might have the answer. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay strong.